This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperwise.
And our intro music is really quiet today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Crank it up a little bit for you.
Yeah, let's redo that. The intro's so quiet.
You want to redo it?
Yeah.
Here, okay, we'll redo it. Ready?
Yeah.
This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperwise.
As always, shout out to our sponsors, Direct Sound Headphones, Moon Juice CBD by Jade Rabbit. Remember to email us at KoperCrabbPodcast@gmail.com with your questions. And like and subscribe.
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 Oh, yeah. So we had a party over the weekend for my dad. It's my dad's birthday. We had a party at our house.
Yeah, we did. And now we have all of this leftover. Okay, so we got leftover food. Leftover. Well, I guess just leftover food. We have leftover food, leftover bubblies, and now we have all of this Bud Light seltzer. But
Yeah, no, so we're not like cool enough to be endorsed or anything like that. We just bought a lot of it, and now we're drinking it on the show.
And I gotta say, I was like talking smack about it all weekend, but this black cherry Bud Light seltzer is really, really good. It's quenching my thirst.
Yeah, I'm loving it. But
for water and for alcohol.
I was thinking today, like, I should be able to have a podcast and not drink any alcohol in order to like be someone that you want to listen to. I kind of feeling bad about it, a little guilty, you know. Maybe I should be able to just sit there, stone cold sober, and be funny. But then I was thinking about it more, and it's like, well, people drink all sorts of different beverages for different occupations, right? Like if you're like a basketball player, you're gonna drink some Gatorade. You know, like,
I don't think that's true. I think that's an urban legend. I think the Gatorade drinking, every time I see that, I mean, I guess it makes sense to drink after you work out, or not, to keep the electrolytes going.
Well,
but
my point is like, okay,
water.
If you're a bodybuilder, maybe you're gonna drink a protein shake.
Yeah.
If you're, I don't know.
There are a vast
if you're
array of people
student,
who would drink
you're
a
gonna
protein
drink some
shake.
coffee. If you're Naveen on a podcast, you could drink an alcoholic beverage and be a little bit more funny. You know? What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't look at it as a dependence.
Yeah, I don't look at it as dependence either, but I feel like
is dependence a word? Dependency?
Yeah.
Upon alcohol. It's just fun to kick back and track one of these.
Yeah, I think if I'm not having a little something to wet my whistle, then I'm sitting here like, oh God, I gotta like say something funny now, and then nothing, you know, that doesn't happen. Obviously.
So you think that when you speak, you say funny things?
Well, at least I think that it's kind of funny, you know. So that's kind of the same thing, really.
Well, that makes one of us.
Oh.
Anyway.
Got him.
Now that you were playing that epic brutalic death metal, I don't even know what it's called. Guttural.
Oh.
Yeah. That is so sick.
Are we getting taken off?
I'm thinking that
YouTube
could be made mainstream.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, it's easily digested. Do you think that?
That?
Yeah, it's just kind of like, you know. I think it's because of the like constant sound that it's just like
I think
it becomes like
rips.
a dun dun chin dun dun. Play it again.
So that's
sick.
I just said on YouTube, ultra low. Well, hold on, actually I can read it. Like it's not a band. It just says ultra brutal gurgle vomiting toilet guttural vocals. No effects. All exhaled. So don't get it twisted.
Damn. Don't get it twisted. This dude is not inhaling a note. Not that matters. That's so dumb.
We don't have a word on what the band is.
That's one of my pet peeves.
The inhales.
Why does it matter what you I mean, I do not inhale because it hurt. Like whenever I've tried to do that, it hurts. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean, why are people out here hating on those that inhale?
I don't know.
Why does it matter? It's all like it's all a sound
You're
a
screaming.
dumb sound
Yeah.
you're making with your voice.
This is true.
Why are we being gatekeepers of the metal vocal?
I know, but if you do, you can apply that to everything, really. Anything that anybody really cares about.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, because like with
nonsense.
a guitar, it's not, if someone wants to experiment with something with the guitar, like people pull out these glass pipes and rub it against their guitar, and that's legit. You know?
Yeah.
What are those called?
Slide.
Yeah. People pull out these dumb glass pipes.
Whoa, why is it so dumb?
I like it.
Yeah.
I really like the sound of a slide.
We actually
It's
got
not
one,
dumb.
but we never use it. It just is on the shelf.
Dude, it sits on our coffee table for no reason. We never use it, but I like the sound of it. I like slide guitars as well. But I don't think that if we're allowing things like that to happen, my point being, if we're allowing things like that to happen, if people can make all of these avant-garde sounds with all other instruments in the world, like people, the other day I saw Jack White's drummer play his drum set facing forward. Why? It was so, like, none of it matters. It doesn't matter if someone wants to inhale their vocals. The drum kit was tipped forward. It doesn't matter if someone wants to use inhale vocals.
Let them do it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. People do that with like the doubles on the bass drum.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's cheating. I mean, it's easier. So I guess that would be a cheat.
How is that cheating? It's
more like a cheat code.
This is how something is cheating. If you put it in, okay, this is how someone's cheating. If someone has never done something before and they like put in there's a magic thing that happens and they can suddenly do something. No one can walk up off the street and magically do doubles.
Yeah, I know. Right.
It's not cheating.
Maybe
it's
people who
learning an easier process to do things.
That's what I've always felt that way too. So I mean, if something's easier, I'm just gonna do it that way. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I was never the greatest at doing single double bass, you know?
Yeah.
So recently I was like, let me just learn how to do these little doubles, and then boom, your boy's doing origin covers.
Well, you know what happens if people don't learn to do things like that? Then you go and you hear them live and they're doing like some shot version.
That's true.
Or like some cut down BPM or something. There was another example I was thinking. I mean, triggers are another example of something that's absolutely... This guy's not using triggers.
I think those are programmed drums.
Oh. I mean, whatever.
Maybe we should check the rest of the album out.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
We would shout them out, but their band name was not listed.
Their guttural death grind slam slug. But anyways, triggers are not cheating either.
Dang, hot take.
And celebrities can wear death metal shirts even if they don't listen to the band. I got a lot of hot takes this week.
Dang, she's had 2.5 Bud Light Limes or whatever.
That's when I get into my mode.
Rip.
2.5 Bud Light Limes.
Yeah, I mean, it all doesn't
it.
really matter anyway, and it's just a bunch of bullshit.
It really is.
Who cares?
I don't see a reason to like rain on someone else's parade. If you don't feel comfortable wearing a band t-shirt of a band that you don't listen to, then don't wear it. It doesn't matter what anyone else does.
Most people like to take what they think and then make everybody else think that.
Impose it on other people.
That's quite popular these days.
I know. And it sucks.
Not my thing.
It's
you don't
not,
like it,
it's not.
Then don't do it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, it's okay to just like, granted, you know, I'm excluding like really horrible things. I'm just talking about really simple, meaningless things like wearing a t-shirt of a band that you've never heard. I think it's okay to allow people to do that. There are so many important topics, important issues to actually care about.
Damn, Cheney's taken up for the posers.
You know what I mean? I don't care. I stopped caring about who posers were when I was
the thing is, I don't want to be a poser.
13.
You know, I got to make sure I know a little something about the band.
I personally, I will also say I do not wear band shirts of bands that I don't listen to.
I'm horrified of it getting called out.
Except for shirts of my own band, which I definitely don't listen to.
Yeah, that's different though. And you don't ever wear Anthea shirts.
I'm just kidding. I wore one yesterday.
We do have some newer shirts out there.
We do.
I think. I don't think we've mentioned that yet. We dropped a couple shirts. No, we did. We talked about
We had a flame merch, a fire merch drop, if you will.
the fire emoji.
Yeah.
Merch drop.
Hashtag merch drop. Hashtag. Yeah, night shift merch. So go buy it.
So yeah, check that out.
But anyway, it's okay, man. Just, worry about the important stuff. We don't need to harsh each other's mellow, do we?
I agree, but
I don't think so.
no one else. About 0% of people agree with you. So
I mean, people are just out here trying to live. I like cats. You like dogs. Oh my! How could you ever?
Yeah. By the way,
It
our
doesn't
cat's
matter.
kind of she's doing her thing. She's picking up.
Our cat.
Our cat. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
sort of like going outside. She's
becoming like
being
a
real
real
cute.
cat. Yeah.
She's being a little cutie.
I've noticed she's grown up a lot in the last 4 days.
Yeah, I love her. We'll have to put some pictures of her up. I guess the last few episodes we've been talking about her. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, there she is over there. No one can see her.
Yeah, I know. She's shy. Speaking of our party, she was not having it.
No, she was not a fan.
She just stayed under the bed all day.
Yeah,
It was sad.
she was definitely sad. Sad kitty. What do you want to dig into some of these questions? What do you want to do here?
Sure. Do you have anything to talk about this week, Naveen? Seems like there's a lot on your mind.
I had some positive stuff to say earlier, but I don't know. I don't really feel like talking about it. Or should I talk about it?
Yeah, what's your positive stuff to talk about?
Something that I was thinking of since I had a real busy week a couple weeks ago, right? I didn't have any, I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do at all.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it, and I was thinking, I guess what I've been recently over the last few, kind of looking back over the last few months, right? Just thinking about how I've been thinking and what my mindset's been like. And it's been a little rocky. It's been a little weird, up and down.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem is I've almost gone too far the other way, where it's like, oh, I don't want to get involved in like getting my heart broken over this music stuff or whatever. It's like, fuck it. I don't care. But that can, like I said, I think we said this before, you can go too far that direction to where, you don't need to think that everything that you do on the internet or for music is like this desperate cry for help. You know what I mean? Like I'll start to view myself and just doing music as like this desperate thing, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I'll think, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be like, I think the best way to look at it is just making it. You're just, if you're somebody who's fortunate enough to have some time to make music in your day, you've made it. You're winning.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then
a lot of people give up on it. A lot of people stop playing music or stop doing the thing that they love.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think they stop doing it because
time.
they have too serious of an attitude about it. Like, I gotta be promoting and da 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 da, and you kind of beat yourself up.
Yeah, it's
right?
like all or nothing.
So then I was thinking, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to beat myself up. I don't want to have anything to do with that. I want to just. But then I started to associate the simple act of making music with beating yourself up and all this negative stuff that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure people can relate if they can decipher what I'm saying. But what I'm getting at is the way I feel now. Just make some music and it feels great. And you can totally post it and say, hey, I made this awesome music. I want you guys to hear it, da 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 da. And have goals within music. But your contentment doesn't rely on that. That's
absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. And then it doesn't have to go the other way where you're all anti-music, like I was feeling for a little while.
Yeah.
That's just something I wanted to share. A little care to share.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people are just really all or nothing with it. I work so much that I can't like put out this grand vision of what, is that what you kind of mean? Like I can't like go in.
Yeah, but then also just I started to associate all the aspects of music with this like hustle, grind mode.
Yeah,
I
got it.
And I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you don't have to be this like grind guy.
Right.
And even in order to do those things,
mm-hmm.
you can still post your music. You can still do all these things, but with the attitude of I'm doing this because this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the most important thing to focus on in life to be happy. Or one of the most important things is to do things out of love and not because you feel a certain pressure to do them. Or
exactly. And the only person that's putting the pressure is usually yourself.
Of course.
I know. But like there's just the idea that I do that because it's sort of in my nature to do it, to do so. Yeah. Right? I don't know. There's a whole argument, did you bring it into this life? Did you learn it when you were a kid? Da, da, da. Whatever the reason is, I feel good when I'm making music.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And when I have a carefree attitude about it.
Mm-hmm.
When I start putting these kind of constrictions on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this has to be done soon, and I should be promoting more, and da 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 da. That's when I start to lead to like I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, yeah.
But I'm saying there is a way to do those things without having the negative side effect.
Yeah, you just kind of have to go with the flow.
Go with the flow, man. Do what you're good at. And for me, that's writing red hot riffs.
You've been writing some burners that I'm excited that I get to be the vocalist to.
I don't know where they're coming from.
To sing on them.
Because, man, I've been writing death metal riffs for like 20 years, So I'm always like, man, I can't still be writing riffs. That's crazy. And then out pops another one. Yeah.
And I think that something that's happened for both of us recently is that we're both we've both been like, oh yeah, I really like death metal. I really like playing death metal.
Yeah, just ripping everyone's.
And I think that when you tour a lot, or maybe it just happened for me, like when you tour a lot and when you go out and see bands doing different things, you find a lot of you might like, or if you just like pay attention to a lot of music, you might like lose some sight of what it is that you're good at and like what comes naturally to you. And you might be trying to like go in a million different directions or think that you're meant to do something.
Yeah. Because you're getting hit with so much like chatter.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatter. There really is. Once you put your music out into the world, one thing that I believe is that after you put the music out, that's it. It's not really yours anymore. It belongs to other people. And along with that comes chatter. When people hear it, whether you are signed to a label or you have management or you're just touring with other bands or, this or that, people always say things. Like there are always opinions and there are always just
or you can see
your own opinions.
Like, oh, that band, they're selling so much merch. Look at them. What are they doing that I'm not doing?
Right.
Kind of a thing.
Right.
That can happen.
And so I think that not being on tour we've been off tour for a year at this point. We've had a lot of time to be honest with ourselves, to have a lot of clarity, to get a lot of that chatter out of our heads. And I think that, at the bottom of all of that chatter and everything, it's that we both really, really like playing death metal and are good at, or at least, I think that we are good at putting out that stuff. And so it's like there's been like a coming, I won't say to terms, but just like a coming around.
All right.
A coming back around, because I think that, it's like, I like that. I like that, honestly. And I don't know. I just, I love death metal and I love playing it. And
I agree.
That's what I want to do in part of my life, for sure.
I will say I always feel really good when I crank out a hype riff.
Yeah.
Like,
and I like riffs, man. I really like riffs. I really like burning hot riffs, and when they start playing, you want to headbang and you just want to keep headbanging the whole time. I like that stuff.
Yeah, pan-seared. I gave up steak, but I can still pan-sear some riffs. Boo. Oh, there we go. I got the joke.
Granted, I mean, we both knew that we liked death metal the whole time. That's not really what I'm saying, that we were like trying to be something that we weren't or anything like that. But it's just like it's like, it's getting back to basics, kind of.
You start just getting sidetracked and everything.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, you need a little wake-up call.
Right.
Wake up call.
So in that way, I don't know if it's because of this whole quarantine thing, or if it's just the natural progression of things, because I personally find myself like doing that every couple of years. I think that we started Entheos out of that like mutual, like, oh, we really like playing metal.
Totally.
So I don't know. In a lot of ways, I think that the quarantine thing has had its benefits.
Yeah.
And coming, like, getting back to the root of it all has been a really good part of it.
I agree 100%. I mean, I've learned a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Quarantine.
Me too.
And I actually miss playing shows. Whoa, that's right. I said it.
I miss playing shows too,
I miss it
man.
a little bit. You know,
I do too.
I'm the most happy just writing music. Like if I had to choose one, like, all right, Naveen, you could never write another song or riff, but you could go play shows, or you could only write and never play shows. I would take the writing.
That you could only write and never play shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a twist to that one.
What is it?
What if you could only play shows, but you could only write, but never show it to anybody? That's a tough one for me.
That's hard, although I'm not like the biggest. I think you like showing your stuff to people a little more than I do.
I mean, put it out.
Oh, never put it out, huh?
I think I would have to pick shows.
I'd go shows, yeah.
Which is weird, but if I could pick.
But when you play shows, it's like
music,
people can still record the show.
I know, but I guess you'd have to just play songs that you've already written. So
yeah, I'm down. I'm picking shows.
Yeah, I guess so. It'd be weird. I'd have like a pretty good amount of extra time at that point.
You would. It's true. But then you wouldn't, because you spend a lot of time just like dabbing with like messing around with instruments, not tracking.
I'm not allowed to do that, right? I can't write anything in this scenario.
This is a dumb scenario.
Yeah,
you can't sit down and play an instrument. You can't tinker.
No,
you can only play shows.
Yeah, you can't write anything. You got to play previously written material.
That makes no sense.
Well,
because if you're playing previously written material, who played the music before you?
I guess you could do covers. Of
who?
Anybody.
But no one could write music.
No, this doesn't apply to everybody. It just applies to you.
Oh no, hell no. I'm picking death. I don't want to be in that world where everyone else can release and play. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a good deal.
All or nothing. No.
I guess the ones who pick writing have to give the songs over to the performers.
Well, some people do that for a living.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I could do that. I know I could do it because I can crank out songs really fast.
Yeah.
With like electronic and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I always feel like, I don't know, it would, like how much, I'd have to get a lot of money.
Well,
so I'm like, I don't want to hand that over. I like that.
Yeah, although it is sort of fascinating to me because a lot of the like artists that I'm into are that kind of artist, singer-songwriters, and their songs that they'll play like aren't theirs, or they will write songs like Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell has written songs that other people have become famous off of. Or Dolly Parton. Same stuff. But
I think I got a Dolly Parton.
There has to be some like really cool and interesting part about hearing different interpretations of the songs that you've written.
Maybe that's like a whole other side.
But what I will say is that
it comes to life, and you get to hear it in a different way.
Yeah, but what I will say is that I don't know that the songs are always the best when handed off by people, because when I will hear the original songwriter play their song, a lot of the time I'll be more into that one. Except for I Will Always Love You. Because Whitney Houston just like...
Wait, who else played that one?
Dolly Parton wrote that song.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, Whitney went ahead and...
Just fucking knocked that out of the ballpark.
Yeah, made it her own.
She really did. She really did.
Whitney Houston, I think, is the best singer.
Whitney Houston, best singer of all time. Huh.
Yeah, that's right. I said it.
She might be. She might be.
What are you going to say to that?
Michael Jackson was a pretty great singer. Prince was a pretty great singer.
Not as good as Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that's true. Whitney might be on top.
It's amazing.
I mean, fuck. What a voice on that one. What a voice. So this week, you guys should check out, if you haven't, the Whitney Houston discography. You know what was interesting? Because we watched a documentary on Whitney Houston, which is really interesting. What I found the most interesting about it, though, is that Whitney Houston was like she was number one and Janet Jackson took over or something, but she was truly jealous of Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Like,
see, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Whitney Houston is sitting around getting jealous
of Janet Jackson.
Right? What does that tell you? That means that you always got to keep yourself in check.
Yeah.
You know, you always got to be aware of why you got to take control of your stupid mind.
You really do.
Your mind is like a little kid.
You really do. If Whitney Houston, who is on top, and Janet Jackson is a good singer, but Whitney Houston just blows her out of the water. If Whitney Houston can look at Janet Jackson at the height of both of their fame and be jealous of that person, then it never ends.
That's right.
It never ends. There's always someone to look at to be jealous of, and you won't even realize like how crazy you're being from the inside, because on the outside it's like they're both amazing people, individuals.
So does it never end, or does it end now? Oh.
Damn. Oh. It should end now.
It ends now.
It really should end now. And like it is sad that people get caught up in that, because I feel like for everyone there's like an individual, it's called individuality. We're all different. We've all got something to offer the world, to bring into the world. And it's going to be different and maybe better and maybe worse in some ways than someone who you're jealous of, but it never really matters because you're the person presenting it. And that's really it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what bringing me back to my original point. Just do that thing that feels great to do.
Just do it. And don't worry about that stuff.
It's probably not going to be the next gent or the next trap or whatever genre is super popular.
Grunge.
You know? Like I've never been, I guess, I've not been in a genre per se that was like super popular, you know?
Yeah.
I guess arguably Animosity kind of, helped start the deathcore thing in a way, but we didn't sound like deathcore bands. So
yeah.
But that's okay. You know, you can't bank on blowing up. It's probably not going to happen. Like mathematically speaking, you're not going to blow up.
Or you might. And if so, that's great.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's fine. But you can still try to do it.
I just think that the whole point here is just to not think much farther beyond I'm doing something that I love.
But I'm saying you could still even go beyond that and say, hey, I want these goals. I want to put out this many videos. I want to da-da-da-da. But do it in the attitude of I'm doing it because I like to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying right there.
I agree with you.
I think the Buddhists call it fetch water and chop wood.
There you go. Fetch
water. Or like my mom
wood.
was saying, grow food and eat it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
It's simple.
It's very simple. I think that
keep it simple.
Keeping it simple. That's the best way to be. Keep the chatter to a minimum.
And I'm not good at that, by the way.
I'm not
either. Sitting here going, yo, I got that shit mastered. You know?
No.
No, it's like I always go back and what am I doing with my, got to constantly trim those weeds.
Yeah, no, I think that, a good thing about having this podcast is that we can kind of say things to ourselves while we're saying things that other people are hearing. And
very true.
that's one of the things I think that we both find peace in keeping it simple, and we have to remind ourselves a lot to do that.
Constant remind. Simple is happy. That's it.
Yeah. So let's get into some of these questions, man. We have quite a few now that we've harassed you guys into sending us questions. We have quite a few. Send us more though.
Yeah, that's one of the features of our show is we answer life's questions. Why you would want to listen to us do it is beyond me. But we went away for a while and everybody wanted us to come back, so here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Here we are with 2 Bud Lights and telling you to keep it simple. So, Josiah says, how is the peanut butter milk stout? That's to Naveen because I don't really drink those, but it's one of the best things I ever put in my mouth, is what he said. It's even better on tap. That's probably true.
Yeah. It was really good. For those of you who don't know, I think I was drinking one of those in the last show.
It sounds really good.
And it also tastes really good.
Yeah.
It tastes really good. I wouldn't that's not going to be my weekly purchase of beer.
Yeah, those are usually
I'm going for
heavy.
that. That's kind of just something that's a treat, we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's a treat.
Those are usually pretty heavy, those milk stout things.
Kind of heavy.
But, I bet it's even better on draft. We have a story because I hate Guinness. It's disgusting. Like the worst beer possible. I will not drink it. It's too heavy. It's too dark. All those things. But we played at a venue in Dublin, Ireland, that was right next to this bar, or what do they call it? A pub. It was right next to this pub. And they claimed that they were the first delivery from the Guinness.
Bilingual right now.
I'm bilingual. Did I pronounce it correctly? Pub. So we were right next to this pub in Ireland, and they claimed that they were the first, in line to get Guinness. Every morning
is awesome.
And they had a dog. So I got some Guinness there because it's fuck it. When in Ireland, I'm going to drink Guinness. Yeah. I drank Jameson earlier in the day, so it was Guinness time. And I drank the Guinness on tap, and I would be a drinker of that. It was so good. It was smooth, velvety. It almost tasted like milk, creamy.
I know, it tasted great. Like a milkshake.
Yeah, it was really delicious. The Jameson there was good too, but I mean, it's probably the same.
Well, we walked right to the Jameson spot.
Yeah, and it was right around this time of year, or I think it was a month later. It was November.
It was like fall.
Yeah, it was fall, so they had all of the Christmas drinks. All of the Jameson mixers were Christmas drinks.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it was delicious. We still have some shot glasses from there, actually.
And we have that magnet.
And we have a magnet.
Yeah.
That's probably the only 2 keepsakes we got when we were in Europe.
And nothing for anybody else.
Nothing for anyone.
I think I actually got my dad. No, didn't get him anything.
I also have a few tour posters, but that's about all I have to remember that tour by. But
I want to go back.
I want to go back too. I can't wait until we can go back on tour.
I can't believe I'm saying that. But the other day I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I could go to a show. That'd be fun.
I could go to a show. I wasn't really into the
go
idea
to one
of
or play one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just go to a show.
Yeah, fun. Me too. I would like to see a show. I just like being at a show, having a beer in my hand.
Thinking about when I get to go home.
Being in the back.
Yeah.
And just
thinking about how we should go to Cold Stone.
Thinking definitely about eating Cold Stone.
That people probably don't get that, but right down the street from the venue where most of the shows are, there's a Cold Stone on the same. Is it the same block? Yeah, 1 block down.
Oh yeah, it's the same block. And also,
so sometimes if the shows beat, you just leave and go get Cold Stone.
We're talking about at the Catalyst.
Yeah.
In Santa Cruz. And also, they sell pizza at the Catalyst, so we're always getting a slice.
I know, the pizza place closed down.
But did it close down pre or post COVID?
I think it closed down before COVID.
No.
I think so.
No way, dude. I don't think so.
That place was also killer because during the day they had really cheap slices.
Yeah, $1
slice. $1. $1.
See, that's something I miss is that, every weekend I like to just kind of stroll downtown and get a beer and like a slice. And you and I would like maybe go walk around downtown and then stop in a bar and have a drink and like have a day.
We still do that though.
True. But I actually miss going in. I was just thinking of specifically the bar.
Yeah.
Specifically going into, what's the name of that bar that we go to?
Red Room?
No. Well, I miss going there, but the other one. Blue Lagoon.
Oh.
Just like being at a bar where it's just a bar and a pool table and they don't serve food. And like they might have an 80s night.
They do.
I do miss that.
Or there's like at the Blue Lagoon, there'll just be a show happening.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's the show tonight?
Yeah. And we'll go and see them, and it'll be called like, I don't know, Pussy Bang Whip Bang Gang.
Yeah. We're late to the party because everybody's been posting on the internet for like months. Like, I can't. I'm devastated that I don't get to go.
We're
and I'm just now like
late bloomers.
Well, I've said this before. It takes me a year to want to go on tour.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced this long without going to a show, I don't think.
I don't think I have either.
We always go to a show every like 3 or 4 months. I mean,
I think even closer together than that.
Yeah. Probably every 2 months at least. We're going to go to some, our friends' bands are going to be playing or something.
Someone's doing something.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think that I'm with you on it takes me about a year to want to play a show because there was one time before this happened and it was like we went on tour with Dillinger and then there was a year where we wrote an album and then we went on tour with Whitechapel like a year later.
I can't believe Entheos had a year break. That's weird.
I can't either. But we did that and that's about how long it took me to want to play a show then too.
Yeah, well hopefully when we drop our new material, shows might be a thing again.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Hopefully it doesn't take that long.
But I'm hoping that to release material or to do shows. Because I'm hearing like June.
Ambiguous.
I'm hearing June. So I would personally like to put out.
Wasn't it just June? It was just June.
I'm hearing next June.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not even finished.
I'm not feeling that. How about that?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm assuming that I don't really know what's happening, man, because
Does anybody know what's happening?
Yeah, no one knows what's happening. I'm seeing news reports of like places closing down again. Gyms here are open. I'm assuming that if other places are closing down, California's right behind them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
24 Hour Fitness sent me a thing saying they're going bankrupt. So
there you go.
I don't know if they're going to close down or...
Well, they're open right now. When you go bankrupt, it doesn't mean that you're closing down. Which we know because of Sopranos. Because when what's his name gets his store closed or files for bankruptcy because the mob has been like running up his...
No, but hold on. You got to start way back. Okay, this guy goes... He's addicted to gambling. Mm-hmm. But he grew up with Tony.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's Meadows' friend's dad.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, Tony, let me sit in on your guys' gambling match. And he's like, hey, you don't want no part of this, man. And then he convinces him to sit in, and then he loses it all.
Yeah, he loses it all. And then the mob, starts taking over his store. And they're having him order a bunch of stuff, commit a bunch of fraud, so they can just steal it and take it home. And they have him order a bunch of water. And then you see scenes of Junior drinking the water.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy who owns the restaurant is serving the water to all of his guests.
So we're watching Sopranos again, by the way.
Yeah.
We've gone back.
This is the third time. And
is it really?
Yeah. And you know what I'm personally realizing this time in the series is just how... I mean, I've always known they were great actors. But they are such good actors that it's hard for me to think of them as anyone else. Especially this time.
Like actors, right?
They don't seem like actors. This time around, Tony's mom. That woman.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, because I read that she died in between filming of the second and third seasons, and that in the third season they're superimposing her head on someone else's body. I think her name's something Merchant. But anyway, she's an incredible actress. It's crazy how good of an actress that woman is.
You just feel like, oh, that's how they all are.
Yeah.
Right?
The only one that I could take or leave is Melfi.
What? No.
I don't.
No.
I mean, some of the monologues that she does, it's like.
No, it's got to be Melfi.
What's his name?
Elliot.
Yeah, it's like some of that stuff just seems so written.
Yeah.
No actual person would ever say half of the things that she's saying to Elliot.
You got to have Melfi.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, it's one of my least favorite parts. When he's in her office, I'm like, oh God, here we go. Another boring part. Yeah, and it was not the best opening. IMO.
All right. Well,
someone's going to distree with me on that.
We'll skip down to the next
question. The whole world.
This is from our pal, Kyle Boos. First off, thank you for bringing bringing the podcast back. I do know how to read.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening, man.
Both of you have introduced me to so many great artists and so much great music over the course of this podcast. We should probably start talking about
music.
Some good music again.
You know, there's this death metal band called Cytotoxin that I posted on our page.
Yeah.
They're pretty sick, man.
Wait, you didn't shout them out last week?
No, I haven't said anything about them yet, but I posted them on the page. They're sick.
Hard.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Check them out.
So there you go.
If you like,
boom, little tip.
Death metal or technical death metal, check it out.
She's doing air quotes. Sorry, it's on me.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Well, I was reading the question.
God damn it. I said, if you like death metal or technical death metal, then check that stuff out.
Yeah.
Or brutal, I don't know, whatever. If you like metal, yeah, stuff like that.
I have a metal button. That's like so sick.
That's really sick. We need one. Is that guy inhaling? No.
No, he said
that's what started
no
it all.
inhales.
Guaranteed.
100%.
Yeah, he's burping.
Well, that was an inhale, technically.
Was it?
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like when I do it. I don't have proper technique.
Let me show you how to do this, Cheney.
I did it.
No, not killing it. All right, you want to try? You want to have a battle?
Yeah.
Watch. Let's see who can do the lower one.
Definitely you. All right.
No,
I sound like a croaking toad.
Let me try. Let me show you one more time. That sounded like a bit crusher. Missed my calling.
That's sick. You should do backup whatever the fuck you're doing. That's sick. That is really cool.
Getting it going.
Yeah.
All right. So we introduced him to good music, and every Wednesday is something to look forward to for him. Now it's really going to be something to look forward to.
Yeah, now that we've done
Question
pig
for
squeals.
Cheney. When you started with vocals, were you able to do your entire range, or did you have to stick with low, mid, or high one at a time? Let me answer this. I think Cheney was probably just like, I'm going to do them all. Get some.
Yeah, just from the beginning. It was like, came out swinging.
That's what I think.
From the beginning, I definitely attempted to do my entire range over, and I was okay. I've always had a really strong high. But all of my vocals have developed over time. Like I've always wanted to, because when I was sort of starting to come up in the metal scene, something that was really popular was having two vocalists. And I was always like, I want to do what both of those vocalists can do, so that I'm never in a band with two vocalists. That wasn't like the reason.
I guess it didn't work because no bands have two vocalists anymore.
Most bands don't. I think there are a few do. I think Angel Maker might have two vocalists.
That's too much
but
to
I'm
deal
not
with.
sure.
Two people to not help load in?
Yeah. Two lazy people. But I definitely attempted my full range. That was always my goal, to have as vast of a range as I could. But over time, as with anything else, I've just gotten better, and I get better every day. I'm still not, I'm never going to be as good as I want to be, but I'm constantly practicing, and it's like a constant exercise for me, doing new voices, integrating new sounds. I'm really into like pitched screaming, melodic screaming vocals.
Which we haven't really done any of that quite yet.
I did a few on World Without Us.
Oh yeah, and with Anoop.
And on I'm on, I don't think I can say actually that I'm on a song with a band that I just did some on. And on Dust, the song that we put out earlier this year, there is a part that's like, when I feel the Yeah, there's a little pitch.
It was more, I think it was the most obviously a pitched scream on Anoop's song, though.
Yeah, it's very true.
Also,
it's like
if you guys haven't checked that out, that EP rules, and then the song with Cheney is also totally rules.
Yeah, of course, Anoop's music. Anoop Sastry.
Yeah.
His music is awesome. So if you guys don't know who Anoop is, he's an insane drummer.
Yeah.
Very groovy drummer. We toured with Monuments years ago, and Anoop was the drummer. And
we were already friends with him, though, at that point.
yeah, I'd actually met him at a show in Santa Cruz. You know what's funny about Anoop is, so I put out that Veil of Maya tryout video 6 years ago or something, and Anoop was playing for maybe Intervals at the time, and they were on tour with the Contortionist, and they played Santa Cruz.
Oh, yeah. And I was on tour with doing my solo thing.
Yeah, so you must have been in Europe. So this must have been a couple of days after I put the video out. And Anoop was walking out of the venue, and I was walking in. I'd just gone to the show with a friend or something, and he was like, "Are you Cheney?"
Damn.
I was like, "Whoa, that's amazing."
When you went viral,
because
dude.
I thought he was awesome. So, but yeah, check out his music.
That was cool when you went viral. That was tight.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
It was cool, Cheney Crab. All right, then he wraps it up with question for Naveen: is Flesh Rot ever coming back?
Is Flesh Rot ever coming back, Naveen?
Dun dun. We just did. I don't know. Stay tuned.
Time will tell. You can never put a definitive answer on that stuff, right?
Yeah,
you never know. Life, the winds of change, they're a-coming. You never know.
Probably should do something, but I don't know.
I mean, I personally think, if you want my opinion, I think you should put out a re-release of the vinyl. I tell you this all the time, though. It's not anything I need to tell you on the camera.
Yeah, I know.
I tell you all the time you need to put out a re-release of that vinyl and a T-shirt or something. Because, I would like to wear a Flesh Rot shirt. So I'm sure there are at least 20 other people.
Yeah, at least we should do that.
Yeah.
Right? At least put some merch out.
Make a little skrill, dude. Get yours.
I bet a bunch of people would want a Flesh Rot shirt.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about Flesh Rot? A lot of people don't know that I was even had anything to do with it.
Well, and if they do, they don't
sick.
know that you wrote all of it.
Yeah. Or they think
they don't know that it's your solo project with Johnny. With Johnny, but.
So that's pretty cool, though.
And, I mean, if you guys haven't checked out Flesh Rot, it's time. Duh. And,
it's a good listen.
The thing is that there may have been people who were really surprised when we said that you were going to play guitar for Entheos, but it's you've been had playing guitar.
Damn.
For a long time. Naveen writes sick ass riffs.
I know. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be better about that. So I posted a riff the other day. A burner, pan seared.
Yeah, burning hot riff.
And I got more where that came from.
Yes.
So I'm going to post more riffs on my Instagram.
Damn. Subscribe.
Riffstagram.
Like and subscribe.
So there's that.
All right, next question. Shelton, our longtime friend and writer, question asker. What's up, man?
Question. What would he be?
Questioner.
Questionnaire?
Near? I don't know. Hope you're well, Shelton. I don't know what's up with you, but I'm glad. He says, since the last episode, y'all asked about any COVID stories. Fortunately for me and the clients I work with, I haven't had any cases at the group home, which I am supervisor at, which is awesome. That's great, man, because, a lot of places where there's like a lot of people who have to be together all the time, excuse me, because, you know, that's where they're living. Those are places where you really have to be careful about people catching COVID, because if one person catches it, a lot of people are going to. Maybe. Anyway, I recently found out my uncle caught COVID and was very sick and caught pneumonia and was on a ventilator. He was fine and at home resting, which I'm thankful for. You know, actually, a situation like this is just happening. My sister's best friend passed away a couple of months ago, and they believe that that's exactly what happened to her, that she had COVID and then she was cleared after the 14 days and she could go back to work and everything. But then she passed away and they found her. And after doing an autopsy, they think that she had pneumonia. And that's how it happened, which is insane. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But your uncle is fine and at home resting, which you're thankful for. That's awesome. Glad he's okay. I honestly wish people would take this seriously. I would like to go back to shows and see live acts. As of lately, to pass the time, I'm listening to some metal, and I thought I should give you 2 recommendations. Check out Car Bomb, Loathe, Faceless, Burial, and End.
Okay, is it The Faceless and Burial, or is it a band called Faceless Burial?
I think it's just a band called Faceless Burial.
Okay, then I haven't heard that band, if that's the case.
I haven't either, but I've heard all of the other bands. And I really like End. And Car Bomb's sick, and Loathe is pretty sick too. Faceless Burial, I guess I should check out.
All right.
Anyway, a question. What's one thing that you're excited for when it comes to the holidays? Personally, I look forward to pumpkin pie since I only eat it once a year.
Damn, good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So you go. What are you excited?
Pumpkin pie is legit, aka whipped cream.
Dude, just the most whipped cream on top of pumpkin pie.
I like. This has been a weird one for me. I like usually you light candles, like fall smelling candles, but you've been lighting them already.
Yeah.
So you kind of jumped the gun on that one.
Oh, you think I'm jumping the gun?
Well, I don't know. Those candles smell to me like a Christmas kind of a vibe.
Yeah, I start. It's actually a thing. I start lighting them around like September 15th.
Okay. All right. It's just been so hot lately that I haven't got that.
The Christmas vibe.
Yeah.
Today
but I do actually like when the season changes, you know?
Yeah.
When it becomes autumn.
Me too. When the leaves turn golden.
I like that. I like hanging out with my family. We have a little thing here.
Yeah.
Our house, I guess, technically we kind of have like the biggest house. So people come here.
Yeah. I don't know if we have the biggest house, but
not trying to brag.
There's just like the most room, I think, for people to like.
There's like parking and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because we kind of live where no one else lives.
And Shani and I are like really fun.
Yeah,
so.
we're like the most fun.
So you might want to come here for the
party.
But I like people coming over. My family.
I like that too. Yeah.
Friends and family. I like. I don't really care about the whole gift thing.
Not
really my
I
thing.
would just take it out of the equation.
Or just
if
it's
I
like
could.
Okay, everybody's gonna buy a $10 gift. That's it. That'd be cool. It'd be funny.
But the thing is that no one ever does that.
I know.
It never
I'm saying
just
that would be
stays
cool
at
with me.
$10.
Although I do like getting any gift that anybody wants to give me. I like it.
I like
And
gifts
then,
too, but I really enjoy the like get together and feel merry aspect of it. I like all of the external things.
Food.
I'm also like not really good at receiving gifts. I don't like really opening gifts in front of people, and I don't like when people who I got gifts for open gifts in front of people, which Naveen has learned since he's my significant other.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna open that.
But yeah, Naveen, you're like this is something where we're super the opposite in this. You like love. For instance, I made some cheese dip the other day for the party. And you like were announcing it to the whole party how good my cheese dip was. Like just saying, Cheney made the best cheese dip. I personally wouldn't have told anyone that I made it.
That's why I'm there. It's the hype, man.
Yeah, I'm not really good. I don't want to like say, oh, try this cheese dip that I made. But you were like, what are you doing? Try the cheese dip. You know, that's really where we're very different. I'm just like really not.
That cheese dip was amazing.
I don't
It
like
is
being
amazing.
put
I just
on-
had some right before the podcast. I put some in the microwave and ate it with chips.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm like really comfortable playing shows in front of people and presenting my music to people. But I'm not the person who you're going to come over to my house and I'm going to play a song for you and like look at you and wonder if you like it. If you're
real close to me, I'll do that.
If you're one of my very, very good friends. So this is how you can tell if you're my good friend or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I have the reputation. I've heard this, right? I probably not anymore since we have the podcast, right? Everyone knows that I'm funny and nice, but I got this. Apparently, I have a reputation of seeming like real mean, like too intense. But I think that's just because
you seem stern.
When I'm around people I don't know, I don't really make jokes and stuff.
Yeah, and I am pretty outgoing in front of people.
Like if I go up into a party of people I don't know, I'm just gonna sit there and be kind of like a quiet guy, which is weird, I guess. In my mind, I've never really thought that until somebody pointed it out.
Yeah.
Because I think of myself as like this funny, kind of silly, outgoing guy, but I guess I'm not that way.
Well, I think that it's like if you get a few drinks in you, or if you're like around people that you're really comfortable around, then you're like the outgoing person.
Then I start clowning.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, you're not as friendly with people who you don't know, which is understandable.
Also, little plot twist
is.
for you. When you told me that, I was like, yes, that's sick.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be like that.
Well, I just told you, I think someone else said to me that they thought you were stern or that you were like a dad or like an authority figure. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
Well, it's interesting because I know you as such a different person because we all obviously have like a relationship where I know you really well and I don't see you that way at all. But I guess other people do. So
I'm into that.
There you go.
Dude, I wish that more people were scared of me. It's awesome.
I wish anyone was scared of me. One person.
All right. Should we keep rolling on these cues?
So Shelton Naveen looks forward to pumpkin pie. I look forward to pumpkin pie. I look forward to, not just having some days to chill. You need those every so often where you feel really good about just hanging out and doing nothing and like kicking back. Because most other days I feel like I need to get stuff done.
I wish I didn't feel like that ever. I'm overdoing stuff. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to retire.
Well, speaking of Sopranos, last night we were watching a scene where Christopher was in the hospital and asleep. And we were both like, wow, that looks really nice.
I was like, that looks awesome. You have the ultimate excuse not to do anything. Like,
or
I'm
like there are no expectations of you.
I'm lucky to even be alive. I'm laying in this bed. That's it.
It looks super peaceful.
I know. It's perfect. Not that I want to get shot or anything, but I'd like to cultivate the mindset of someone who has just been shot.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I think it's my turn to read.
Oh, yeah, sorry. People are probably getting tired of hearing my reading.
Is it cool that we put like the compliment in the question too?
I think we should take the compliment out.
Oh, this is a pretty good compliment. I'm saying.
Oh, okay, then keep it in.
Basically, he really thinks I'll give you the gist of it. I'm just gonna read it. Fuck it.
Yeah, go for it.
Who cares? Just wanted to say I'm stoked you guys are back. That's right, we left and now we're back by popular demand.
By pop demand.
This is literally the funniest podcast I listen to, and you guys are on another level. Well, thank you very much for that, Ryan. I've had more interactions with Cheney through our vocal lessons, but it's really cool to see how the two of you chatted up and basically shoot the shit.
Yeah, I've given Ryan a lot of vocal lessons, and honestly,
oh shit,
I've given quite a few. I've given a good amount of vocal lessons, and Ryan is just someone who like really benefited from them and really like paid.
Do you mean to fix that?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
No, but he I don't know. He just like really did a great job, and he's become like a good vocalist. It's awesome, and you guys should check out Ryan's band. His name is Ryan Hamidi. Check him out on Instagram. Go check out his band. He just put out his first single, which he was working on throughout the duration of me working on him with
I actually have a clip
working
of it.
with him on lessons. There it is. But seriously, you know, he did a great job. It's always awesome when you are trying to help someone out with developing something and they take it so seriously and they're so eager to learn and they really like take something from it. And yeah, so
He's got a bunch of... I had one music-related question and a couple random / stupid questions. Since Cheney called out for any questions. All right.
do you want to pick one
Just one?
or do you want to pick all three?
I don't know. I mean, fuck it.
All right, let's
We
do
got
it.
time, I guess. At this point, anybody who's not listening they're out. Anyway,
They're out.
So
And if they are listening, they're probably going to just, you know,
if you're still listening an hour deep, you're going the whole way.
you're here for the rest of it.
Yeah. So
Also, Ryan, I hope I pronounced your last name right. Shoot me a message and let me know.
what would you guys recommend to try in order to get fan number 1? Like literally fan number 1. I have great... Oh, he needs to know how to get a fan.
So fan, like subject 0, patient
it seems
0.
extremely hard getting fan number 1. Basically, like an outsider who likes the music and will follow new releases. So he's trying to get a fan that's not his mom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good question,
That's
man.
a really good question,
I did
actually.
that before there was the internet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know if we had a fan or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you can tell because you can judge based on like response.
I think the answer is that your first, people that like your music aren't fans. They are your mom. They are your friends.
It's
they are all
true.
those people.
It's true.
And from there, you're going to get a fan, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's just how it is, man.
But also nowadays, I've said before, utilizing the internet, going to Facebook groups, I think are a great place to start. I mean, there are a couple of Facebook groups that I'm in, particularly this one called Technical Brutal Progressive Death Metal. Yes, that's the name of it. But in that group, they share a lot of unknown bands. Like, I've learned about a lot of stuff that I know about because of that group on Facebook. And if you go and share your stuff to it, people may respond, they may not. But I think that a key here is like keep pumping out the content. Don't ever be like stop because you haven't gotten fan number 1, because that comes along. It's a part of the growth to like not have anyone.
Are we sure that he
listening to
doesn't
your
have
music.
one fan?
I know. I'm thinking
I
he
feel like he's got a
probably
fan.
has one fan.
I think he's got another. Maybe I'm gonna switch it. Maybe go. I'm thinking go for people outside of your country. I don't know what country he's in. Is he from the U.S.?
He lives in L.A.
Okay, so he could probably land like some fans in I don't know, Europe or.
But how?
They're the freaking internet.
Yeah, the internet.
I think the groups is a good idea.
Is the way to go.
But
Also,
yeah, getting an actual fan, like somebody who's they like love your music.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, because I don't know that there's like a rhyme or reason to how or why someone becomes like a fan.
I mean, I think about that sometimes, and the fact that anybody would be a fan, quote unquote, of mine.
Well, sometimes I wonder if either of us have any fans.
It doesn't feel like it.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone.
Not that I never set out to have a bunch of fans. I mean, I thought
Same.
when I started playing music, I thought the word fan was like super stupid. Like,
It's almost like concert.
yeah.
Like how that's not a chill term.
Like we were so against everything. And it's like, there's no fans, dude. It's just people that like your music, or whatever.
Yeah. Gatekeeping at
We're all
its
friends
finest.
here, man.
Well, times have changed. That was 45 years ago when your band started. Now we care about fans.
No, I remember actually, I totally remember standing outside of this one particular venue, and a guy in another one of the bands who was like a local band like us, and he was like making fun of the term fan base. and we were like cracking up and stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious, though.
So
I mean, I get it. Like, if you are super legit and everything, having a fan base is whack, right? You know. To me, I think it's cool.
this is way back when. This is punk days.
Yeah, it's not punk to have
DIY.
fans. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's like I don't know. There's not a definitive answer to how you get a fan, but I do think that the internet has a lot of tools that you can use in order to try to cultivate any kind of fan base. A lot of it does get lost in the static, but like I said, I think that, you know, being consistent and maybe not being annoying or pushy.
Yeah, just
do your thing.
It always has to go back to make the best music that you can make, or the best whatever you're doing that you can make, and eventually people will like it. I mean, I remember I met somebody a bit older than me who made music. He lived with Sean and
your brother.
Yeah. And what was the band that they were all into?
At the drive-in?
No, like he lived with a dude from the band.
Is it from here?
They're like a cult band.
Wow, that really narrows it down.
Anyway, I'll think of it for the next one. But anyway, he was like kind of friends with them, and he was like, "Hey, you just put music out that you love, and you're gonna attract people like you."
That's really, And
I was just like, "That's cool," and that's all I've ever done. Since then.
That's really what's up. And luckily today we have like a faster track to people like us through the internet. So I think that if you put stuff out that you love, and you're going to attract people like you, and maybe go post it in a Facebook group or do a hashtag, or like, you know, there are ways. There are a bunch of like metal review sites. Just, I don't know, do a little like side hustling. Email
and let me know if you figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get that fan.
Because we need fans.
All right. He's got another question. That were really funny. Have you both always had a strong sense of humor in your friend circles, or is it something that you've developed? I have not developed my humor. I don't really think I'm funny, but
you're not.
Obviously, with friends, you sit around and crack jokes.
Yeah,
so that's what you do.
I don't know. What you see is what you get.
Yeah,
I'm Chaney.
So Chaney and I are both naturally really funny. That's all there is to it.
I think we should have chosen careers in comedy.
I know, but it's like
comedic movie.
I'm gonna be
making.
real. I think that I can be funny, but you have to already be like think that Naveen's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's certain people who meet me and they're like, "Dang, Naveen's so funny," and then I'm like, "That guy thinks I'm funny," and then I start like playing off of it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I've been there and witnessed these interactions before. I know when you think someone thinks you're funny.
It's like somebody knows. I'm like, all right, dude, I got this.
I know when your personality's heightened as well. Yeah, and I've seen it happen. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just like pretty much the same. You know, I'm just a fucking funny
Chaney's
person.
Keeping it 100 all the time.
Funny person.
Hasn't thought about it. Okay, totally random for each of you. What's your favorite scene in Dumb and Dumber? I'll understand if you don't get to this one or don't want to answer. So many good scenes. I'd say probably my favorite scene would be when Harry pulls up. No, not Harry. Lloyd pulls up on the little dirt bike. And he's like, yeah, some kid back in town traded it for the van straight up. That's like
good.
that's like one that we, like friends and I will say that a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I've heard you guys say it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, quotes from Dumb and Dumber come up a lot.
You want to say some more? Because I don't have any quotes out of it. I've seen the movie like a few times, but
I mean, I don't know. There's tons. It's like, Harry, I took care of it. That's one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just tons. That's just a quotable movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Also, the second one I liked. Dumb and Dumber.
No. Boo, dude. Boo.
I watched that one quite a few times.
Don't say that on the show.
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, what was your favorite scene in that one? I never saw it.
You never saw the
No,
second one?
I'm not, why would I watch that?
I don't know. I can't really remember. Like, Bob Saget plays the girl that Lloyd dates his dad. Dates dad.
The dad of the...
The dad of the girl who Lloyd is trying to date, but he doesn't date her because, you know, he's like Lloyd and she's like a hot girl, I think is how it plays out. I can't really remember how it goes. But I don't know. That was a pretty good time.
Not feeling that. Anyway, that's
the way
it.
the cookie
that's
crumbles.
A wrap on these
It's
questions.
the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, we've dealt with some pretty hard, tough hitting questions here. And,
yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up. I want to eat some like pizza or something.
all right, we don't have Domino's waiting for us like normal. All right, well, we thank you guys for tuning in to this show, and we'll check you guys out next week. Send
Do
us
you
your
have
questions.
me on camera?
Yes.
This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
Oh yeah! Have a great week, everybody. But hey, for real, seriously, thanks for checking us out.
Seriously, we love you guys.
And
Thank you for watching.
See you next week, motherfuckers.
Have a good one.